Hey, what's up guys? GoldDizzy here, back at you with another video. First and foremost, I must give a shout out to my boy BillyPazOne. If you guys don't know anything about BillyPaz, you gotta check his channel out and watch his videos. There will be a link in the description box below. So Summerslam is less than a week away, and a lot of talk is going on in the YWC about the importance of this Summerslam, or the excitement factor. Is there an excitement factor with this SummerSlam? Is it exciting? You know, are you looking forward to watching this SummerSlam? I have to say that I am looking forward to this SummerSlam for one reason and one reason only. And that is the possibility of seeing John Cena turning heel. We've heard a lot of talk about that, and to me, just seeing him turning heel and seeing him crushing all the hopes and dreams of those little kids sitting in the audience would just totally be worth the money I paid to watch that pay-per-view. I'm not a John Cena hater, don't get me wrong, I'm not. However, I am tired of his gimmick, and I would really love him to just totally do a 180 and just totally stick it to Team WWE at SummerSlam. Make a big heel turn. He doesn't have to join NEXUS. He could help him win the match though. That would be totally kick-ass. Oh, I just think that would be totally worth any amount of money to see. No, not really. It would definitely be worth the 45 bucks for the pay-per-view. But that's really what I'm looking forward to see. The match itself, I'm not even sure if it's going to be any good. I like NEXUS, don't get me wrong. I think NEXUS is actually a really good unit. I've said it many times before, I'm not going to repeat it, but I like NEXUS. I don't really like Team WWE. I don't really like the mix of superstars they have on that team. You have guys leaving the team like Edge and Jericho, and now all of a sudden they're back on the team. Are they going to leave the team again when it comes time for them to actually step up and wrestle in the match? Who knows? We also have SHEAMUS going up against Randy Orton. We haven't seen them wrestle since Royal Rumble. I am looking forward to that match. I'm looking forward to seeing Randy Orton winning the WWE title and therefore claiming the top babyface pedestal, so to speak. I want to see him become the #1 babyface, so that way John Cena can make his heel turn. Because I really feel that's what they're trying to do. I feel that they are trying to mold Randy Orton as the top babyface, and by having him win the WWE Championship, that's definitely going to help him take his place on top. The fans already cheer for Randy Orton like it's nobody's business. I mean, you hear RKO chants throughout that entire arena. Just this past Monday night, man, the crowd was going ape shit for him, and I really think that having him win the WWE Championship is just going to make him more over than he already is. I'm not looking forward to seeing KANE and MYSTERIO. I don't see how that match could be good whatsoever. MYSTERIO to me is just not believable as a world champion. I am a Rey Mysterio fan. I'm more of a WCW Rey Mysterio fan. I just think KANE needs to stick with wrestling guys his size, and Rey Mysterio needs to stick with wrestling guys his size. Rey Mysterio needs to wrestle guys like Evan Bourne, Caval, Daniel Bryan, if he was still with the WWE. But he needs to wrestle those type of guys, those size, that stature. That's what he needs to wrestle. That's more believable. It's not believable seeing him beating somebody like Jack Swagger or KANE or anybody else that's over 2 foot taller than he is. There's also a handicap match, the Big Show against the Shredded Society. I'm not really sure about that match. It's been entertaining on SmackDown, don't get me wrong. It has been entertaining. I'm just not so sure how the match is going to turn out. Let's just hope it's good. CM Punk's good. Luke Gallows, believe it or not, he's okay. Joey Mercury, I'm not so big on him, but hopefully the match will be okay. And then of course we got Alicia Fox and Melina. Melina makes her big return. I don't want to see Melina win the championship right after her coming back. I just don't think that's fair. I mean, yes, she's an established Divas wrestler. However, she got injured. She needs to take her place in the back of the line like everybody else. And she's already getting a title shot. You know, I think that's a little bit too much right there. But having her win the title right after being injured, to me, that's just not fair. I mean, yeah, she's alright. She's a good wrestler, but I like Alicia Fox a little bit more. I like her whole personality. I like her heel gimmick. Is she the best wrestler? No, not really, but I think she is a little bit entertaining. Just a little bit. Overall, I think SummerSlam is going to be good. I'm going to be totally open-minded about it. I'm not going to go in there thinking that, man, this is going to suck. Because if you go in there with a closed mind, thinking that the pay-per-view is going to suck, then guess what? It's going to suck to you. You're not going to like it. But if you go in there with a positive attitude, then more than likely you'll enjoy the pay-per-view. The pay-per-view is probably not going to be a classic, you know, out of all the SummerSlams that we've already seen. But, you know, we don't know yet. It hasn't happened. Yes, there's only 5 matches on the card, which, to me, doesn't really add up. You never know. It actually could be good. And you know the WWE is probably going to sign a couple more matches like they always do. So you'll probably end up seeing about 6, maybe 7 matches. But, yeah, SummerSlam, hey, I think it's going to be okay. Or at least let's hope it is. I want to take the last few moments of this video and discuss 2 individuals who used to be in a tag team. They used to be in a little stable. You remember Legacy, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and Ted DiBiase? Well, Legacy has split. All 3 of those wrestlers are now on their own. Randy Orton, of course, is now in the title picture. And we have Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes, who are in their own element. They're in their own skin, so to speak. They're not feeding off each other like they used to when they were in a group. You got Ted DiBiase, who is taking the role as the $1 Million Man like his father used to. He is the $1 Million Champion. He has a beautiful valet in Maurice, who is at his arm every time he comes down to the ring. And he's really good with his promos. He's really stepped it up. His physique is getting more ripped every week you see him. And his wrestling skills, I think, are really good, simply because, and Cody Rhodes is like this as well, but their wrestling skills remind me of the old wrestlers, the old days. They've got, you could tell that they were trained by the old guys. Well, of course they were. You know, you got the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, as the, you know, the father of Cody Rhodes, and you got $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, you know, the father of Ted DiBiase Jr. So you know they were trained right. And it shows when they're in the ring. They really have a lot of old school flair when they wrestle. Now, Cody Rhodes, there's another guy. Cody Rhodes was actually kind of boring in Legacy. It's like he didn't have a personality whatsoever. But now we have dashing Cody Rhodes. And I made a video about this a while back. If you didn't see it, you know, please check it out. But Cody Rhodes, yeah, his little gimmick that he's doing right now is a little out there, but man, is it really helping him with his personality, with his charisma. He's having these little vignettes that he's doing, grooming tips with dashing Cody Rhodes. I think it's great. That's the kind of thing that we used to see in the old school days of wrestling, and I'm really glad to see that they're bringing that back to the forefront of wrestling, because it's the little things like that that make wrestling memorable. And it's really nice to see Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase as single wrestlers. And I'll even admit that I wasn't sure if they were going to work out. And wow, you know, they worked together, I think, pretty good in Legacy. I mean, yeah, they were still developing themselves in that group. But now that they've separated from each other, wow, they've really blossomed into 2 really good singles competitors. I like their wrestling style. Old school style is always great, to me at least. I enjoy the hell of it. And we got Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes, both with their own unique personalities. And it's working out for them rather well. Cody Rhodes is a pro in the NXT Season 2. He's got Husky Harris, who is another 2nd or 3rd generation wrestler. His father is Mike Rotunda, better known to many of us as Erwin R. Shyster. So it's really nice to see all these 2nd and 3rd generation wrestlers. You know, it's nice to see them have an opportunity and have it work for them. And Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase, I think, have done an amazing job since becoming singles competitors. Okay, well, that's the video for now. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give me your thoughts on SummerSlam. Give me your thoughts on Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes. And don't forget to check out BillyPazOne. 1. The link's in the description box. You know what to do. This is Gold Izzy. Peace out.